Is God real, or is this just something that's constructed to keep society in check? I feel like with the different religions that we have out there, all their books acquire very good lessons. I mean, for example, I grew up Christian, so I read the Bible a lot. And reading the Bible have gave me amazing lessons for life. But the question that I always keep asking myself, is the creator real? Because if you are the creator of the world, why did you have to create humans to make yourself seem like God? You see what I mean? Like, we only know you're God because you created us to look at you as God. Like, would you that bored? Like, I don't really understand. And I feel like in today's society, it's kind of taboo to kind of question how society, not society, but how religion is. Like, it's kind of taboo to not even be religious. But like, what if religion is just trying to keep it constructed? It's trying to keep it in a cycle. I mean, religion tells you not to question authority. It tells you not to question your existence. It tells you not to question anything because the answers are already there. But I feel like that's just a lazy response. That's a lazy way to live. I mean, I feel like our whole existence as humans is to experience life as human. And with experiencing life as a human, that comes with asking questions. You're only able to expand your reality when you start asking questions. But if your religion is telling me that I'm not really allowed to question my creator, then are you really a good creator? And this religion talk can go so many ways. Because on one other hand, I could question hell itself. You know, you say we get sent to hell if we don't oblige by you, if we don't follow you, or we don't choose you. But why do you guys send us to the lake of fire? First of all, I did not ask to exist. I did not ask to be here. I did not ask to experience this life. My parents got freaky in the bed one day and 3 to 1 I was here. I didn't ask for that. But now I have to serve you or else I'm going to hell. And then people say God is real because do you see all the bad in the real? There have to be good. What if humans are just complicated creatures who both carry good and bad? Can't that be an option? I mean, come on. Humans are the most adapted creatures alive. I mean, we build and build and build because we crave the feeling of more. And we think we can't have the free will to be bad? Of course there's going to be bad in the world. That is humans' infrastructure. That is how humans run. That is the game. But we can't blame that on no God. Because if a God knew humans were going to be this contradictive, you shouldn't have made us in the first place. Ain't that why you killed everybody in the flood? Now, I know a lot of people are going to hate me on this post, or either be in the comments talk about God is real, start praying, whatnot. But how many times can you pray? How many times can you pray expecting to hear from God, but in reality, you're not hearing God? You're hearing something that your consciousness created that represents God, but it's not really God. Because if God is real right now, he could come up and give me a do one of his little spiritual things, come into the room, say, I am here for you, child. But he's not here. Like, he's not. I spent so much time asking God to come save me, to come be there for me. But in reality, I had to be there for myself. The reason I have muscles, because I decided to work out. God didn't give me that. The reason why my skin is clear is because I decided to do my hygiene every day. God didn't give me that. I decided to wake up every single day and do the things that I need to do. The reason why I have money to afford the things that I want to do is because my parents work day by day. They say it's God, but is it God? Let's talk about the humans aspect of it. See, when people go into surgery, when they're healed, they be like, thank you, God. What about the doctor who just performed surgery on your ass? Ever thought of that? Like, hello? And I feel like religion keep humans on a lock too much. We are supposed to expand. We are supposed to be alive. We are supposed to try on new things. We're supposed to not be stagnant. We're supposed to keep growing and trying and doing new things and evolving. But you want us to be stuck? Stuck? I don't want to be stuck. Do you want to be stuck? Because I don't want to be stuck. I feel like life is too huge to be stuck. I mean, come on. Look at the world, man. Look at what's outside of here. Look at the reality that we live in. Look at everything that we can, look at everything that we have. And you expect me to be stuck? I don't want to be stuck. I feel like being stuck is so bad. Like, you have a whole book telling me how I should live. Motherfucker, this is my life. This is my life. This is me. This is me, myself, and I. This is Jeremiah Womack's life. And you want control of that? Oh, baby, you sound threatening. And maybe this is just my argument of God. But maybe this is not my argument with nobody. Because what if God is not real? You know, people can say this is Satan or this is the devil. Why create a being that you knew was going to be evil from the get-go? You see, when you start asking questions, the whole shit don't make sense. That's the shit that's not in the book. Hello? That's the shit that's not in the book. It's confusing to me at that point. Like, a whole book dictating on how I should live. On me, how I should live. It kind of feels very old school, if you ask me. Like, I don't know, maybe humans needed to be controlled, but I don't think I need to be controlled. I mean, I barely like institutions. I think every human should be their own institution of their own life. But because of the way society is set up and we need money to live, we kind of gotta be owned by institutions. So hey, there's that. But somehow there's a God. And I feel like people use God so that they don't have to be like conflicted with how terrible Earth can be. But I feel like you have to look at reality. You have to see how good and bad the Earth can be. You know, I was at a Christian camp and this kid said to me, yeah, without God, I wouldn't be a good person. And I wanted to really say, then you're not a good person then. Because I'm not personally Christian. I'm not personally religious. But I think I'm relatively a good person. I still make sure the people around me are loved. I still say I love you to my mama. I still, you know, am relatively a good young man. So the fact that you need God to be a good person says a lot about your character in the first place. Like, are you really a good human? Or are you just using the Bible to say that you're a good human? You know, they always talk about righteous versus sinners, good versus bad. But what if humans is just all and above? What if we weren't just, you know, what if we're just born being, you know, being good, bad, the good, bad, and the ugly? Like, what if we're just that? You know, humans are adaptive creatures. We're not meant to be stuck. We're not meant to be held on lock. We're not meant to be stuck in those ways. I mean, a book that have been written over so many times, like, I don't know, it's hard to believe when I see how the world is. Maybe this is just humans being humans, and they needed a God to tell them how to live, to tell them how to be, to tell them what they should and cannot do. Or maybe it's just a way of keeping society in check so that humans don't go crazy when they realize they are the creators of their own reality. But hey, that's a video for a different day. I thank you for listening to my vent, and you know, debate with me in the comments. Maybe God is real. And maybe I'm just a dumb 16-year-old human. But until then, thanks for watching.